हाय फ्रेंड्स, वेलकम टू पढ़िए विद प्राची। आज है स्टोरी टेलिंग डे। Actually, it's not a storytelling, so to say. It's more of a blog and kind of a prose reading as such. Not a poetry reading, but a prose reading. I had written this and published it in my blog back in June of 2017. I'll put the link of my blog in the description. You can go ahead and read it from there. I'll get into it. Maybe it'll be like a storytelling style. I'll obviously be reading it out from my phone, and let's see. Salon Salvation. Salon Salvation. One of life's many mundane tasks is going to a beauty salon. And by task, I actually mean an ordeal. You have to allot a specific part of your weekend, book an appointment, and be mentally prepared. If you don't do this, you have to be ready to look like the primate you were meant to be. I would say it's my family and my real friends who have been with me through all my eyebrow stages, through thick and thin. But a visit to the beauty parlor can inspire observations both outside and inside. While waiting for my turn or during my haircut, I can channelize my thoughts to something sublime and productive. I sometimes make a to-do list or just be in a status state. As for outside observations, they are but aplenty. My first memory of a haircut dates back to when I was the age of 5 or 6. I remember my haircut was boycott and I got it done at the salon my dad visited. This old memory is still etched in my mind because it involves certain amount of gore, cut, blood, and bandages. It was a Sunday evening and my dad and I went to the salon. He was on a constant lookout on the way. He kept reminding me to follow the barber's instructions to be careful, else I will get cut. Else I will get cut. You know, it was my first haircut and all, right? So you see, the overprotective father that he was, he foresaw an incident and maintained a relentless flow of commands during the process. Obviously, like always, that had the opposite effect on me. I got more nervous, and instead of being more cautious, I kept fidgeting and writhing. I can imagine how it was, and I sort of have a memory of what it was. I was not able to bow down my head completely. The barber had to push it down. Snip, fidget, snip, and slash. There was the cut. The barber had cut himself. Well, the barber assured us it was nothing and washed his hands and applied a bandage. I breathed a sigh of relief that it wasn't me who had got cut, though outwardly I apologized. Well, getting a haircut sometimes still inspires tension. I remember on one of my much later visit, a hairdresser had reprimanded me, commanding to be still and sit upright. Then there are these other beauticians who master the balancing act of threading and talking. I remember how, with a thread in her mouth, she will ask my mom, "How is your kid still school going on? Has she joined tuition? How are the classes? What happened to the maid? How are you planning the vacations?" Then there are those who act preachy and advise on what to be used for the betterment of my skin, my hair, my face, well, my whole being. You should think I would like those who do not speak at all or speak in a foreign language. By foreign language, obviously, I mean a language of a different state here in India, right? No ways. I remember the horror when I was in Mysore. The beautician and I had to talk in mime language. She didn't understand Hindi and English, and I didn't understand Kannada. It was stressful. How would I communicate if I cannot sustain the temperature of the wax she uses? And it did occur during the course of one of the visit. I really appreciate that there are other forms of communication that a human understands, mainly shouting or screaming. It's not always that I dislike the chatter. There was a beautician who had an inspiring story of how she worked on her own to build the salon after her husband expired. Yet another where the woman had to stand on her own after estrangement with her family. Stories of women earning to support their family. The beauty salons in India are present in both forms, organized and unorganized. The organized will guarantee a well-scheduled appointment, add an experience bit. By experience, I mean make the whole ordeal more relaxing, more pampering. I guess that's what you go to a beauty salon for. But they're usually where you have to shell out, 3 to 4 times of what you would have coughed up otherwise. While the unorganized ones have all the stories and memories. So, while this is I had to read out but yeah, there's another part two to this prose, and I'll come back with it soon. But let me know in the comments what your experience has been at the different salons, the organized, the unorganized one, the urban claps of the world, and beauty parlor Ali, Didi, and Auntie. But comments me, let me know in your comments, and we'll meet again.